Amanda Sewell. I'm 20, and my first crush was in 4th grade with Matthew Paczynski. Who's my friend? Dalton Anderson. Okay. So I used to have like kind of a pro Tinder thing, like, yeah, we're women, we can do what we want, we don't have to get married, blah blah blah, and that coming from a conservative Christian background, like, it was like, oh, well, there's more to that. There's more to life than just, getting married and doing the baby thing. So, I was all for it at first until I was really dumb and ended up with a Tinder stalker. I say that, like, you see that I'm still blaming myself, but, like, because you never know how someone's going to react. But, yeah, definitely don't invite crazy to take you out to dinner in their car because they will find out where you live. So, that's a no. Oh gosh, best day I ever had. I'd say I'm torn between two instances because one was with my first love, and he let me choose two really romantic places that were like a part of my childhood. So that was like on my side of the romance, like wanting, and we went to go see the Christmas lights in my hometown, and there are these boxes that they have set up. They're like handmade, and they're the night before Christmas, and the story goes along with it, and you read it as you drive by, and he'd never seen it, and so we took him. I took him. We went. And then the best date I ever had that like the opposite person planned, it was when I started going to St. Ed's. I was a freshman. It was my first relationship after the person I just mentioned, and we got my big blanket that I bought on accident thinking it was 2 towels. Instead it was a towel for 2. And we went out to my favorite Italian restaurant downtown. He paid. It was beautiful, but it didn't stop there because he got home. Like, I got to put on my sweatpants to take off all the makeup, and he still thought it was great, and we went and laid the blanket out and just talked while we looked over the Austin city skyline, and it was really nice. Worst date I ever had. It was a Tinder date, shocker. I had to turn my charm on extra, extra high because as soon as he walked up to the window of Magnolia's, I realized that I had completely been catfished, and I, said out loud, "Oh no," as he was coming in the door. And I, turned the charm up super high as to not be, a jerk about the situation and just kind of, save some face. And then at the end of the date, he was like, "So we're going to my place or yours?" And I was just like, oh no, I don't want to go anywhere with you. You kind of lied to me. So it wasn't so much that I was unattracted to him. It was just be upfront about who you are, and maybe I probably would have been attracted to you in that sense, but no. Oh gosh. I don't know why, but I realize it when I find myself, telling stories to them in my head, what happened in my day, things that are important to me, things that have happened to me, things that mean things to me. You want to tell that person these things, and you want to do things and see them smile, and I think when I really realize it is when, I know them well enough that, I know what their car looks like. I start noticing that kind of car. Whenever I'm going places, that's, official. That's when it happens. I'm like, crap. Heartbreak is, the most deep and profound form of disappointment. It's when somebody you care about was supposed to show up to something that was super important to you, and that feeling that's, deep in your stomach, and just, your stomach kind of turns and rolls over. It's, 10 bazillion times worse than that, but in the same regard. And it's, this person, I'm kind of stealing a quote, but not really, I'm kind of rephrasing it, but it's someone has seen you and all that you are, and taken the time to get to know you, and been like, I don't want any of it. Like, it's like the worst. It's ultimate rejection. It's like, excuse me, like, I'm gonna go stick my head in the sand. Like, it's a shame that oxygen gets in here. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's such a profound sadness. To me, at least, as a hopeless romantic, which living in this age is a special kind of hell. But, I don't know, it's just, I think what causes heartbreak is disappointment. Is like, and setting up these incredible expectations, and setting up these incredible expectations for someone that maybe they've even been living up to all this time. It's like, all of that just comes tumbling down because they're not living up to these expectations anymore. You wake up and expect someone to love you, and all of a sudden they don't. That's heartbreak. Breakup routine. Oh gosh, I haven't really established one. I don't think I've really broken up enough times, I guess, to have a routine. I know that I'll be interested in someone. We'll see each other for a little while, and like I wouldn't consider something like a breakup. But I think I'm also sometimes, I don't give myself enough time, I guess, or like, I think like, oh, it's not a big deal, like it wasn't even that long, or blah blah blah, like it wasn't even a thing, we weren't even a thing, but that doesn't mean that you didn't have feelings for the person. So, like, I forget that to allot myself time, because maybe I did feel a certain amount of ways for this person, but I didn't want to admit it. So I guess I'll Facebook stalk a little bit and see what's going on, because I just want to know they're doing okay, especially if they're ignoring me. That's the worst. I can't stand to be ignored. But at the same time, like, after, well, something I used to do, like, when I was, like, in the frivolous high school age for breakups is, like, we need to not talk for, like, a good 3 weeks. I need there to not be any communication at all. Like, let's have all the communication about all the questions that we have and, like, get it figured out. And then 3 weeks to a month or so, nothing. Because it's just going to reinstate something that I don't want. I know that's just going to end in disaster if we get into it again. And you need time to kind of just get over it. You know, do your own thing and not talk. Because, like, it's really hard, I think, when someone is texting you all the time and you're still in contact. Like, I don't really believe you can get over someone when you're still, like, in contact with that person for longer than, or less than 3 weeks, because it takes 21 days to form a habit. So, no contact for 21 days or more. Oh, yes, I would say. And all my friends know this, like, there's this one person I was insanely head over heels for a long time. And when we finally got to date, I was so, gosh, I invested everything in it, because I didn't want anything or anybody else more than I wanted this person. And I still have not felt more for anyone else than for this person. But, I mean, 2 years later, here we are. I don't really feel the same way. But, I don't know. It's just like, when I thought of his name, I thought, like, lawnmowers and picket fences. And I thought about everything that I ever wanted. Because at the time, he was everything that I ever wanted. And he showed me who I could be when, you know, in such a good, hold on, sorry, I get some water. He showed me what I could be like when I wanted to be a better person, and showed me that potential of who I could be. Like, I wanted to be better in school, I wanted to be better in health, and I wanted to be better, like, as a person, and I wanted to get closer to God. I wanted to be better in every area, because I wanted to live up to, not even just live up, I just wanted to be better for this person. I'd done anything for that person, you know, like, I still would, but in a different context. I don't know, I don't think so. I don't think so. I know that some people would definitely disagree with that, but they're not answering these questions right now. I'm answering these questions right now. So I say, it's never happened to me, but I also know that, like, there are levels to me in terms of, like, quote-unquote love. Like, there's you love someone like your best friend. There's you love someone kind of superficially, like, you love them, you could be with them, but you can't see yourself with them forever. And then there's the person you're like, no one else compare. I don't want anybody else. I don't care who comes up to me and whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I don't care. I don't care if Brad Pitt strips in front of me and is like, yo, what's up, marry me. I'd be like, no, I'm good. That's tempting, but I'm good. And also Angelina would stab me in the face like 3 times, but maybe more. And I just don't. The Johnny Depp quote comes to mind, where, you know, pick the second one because you obviously weren't in love with the first one. That kind of, I agree with in that regard, because you can't be in love with 2 at the same time. You can love someone, well, you can't be in love with someone, 2 people at the same time. You can love someone because, like, you've been with them for so long, and you have such a respect and regard for this person, and you love who they are, and you could make it work for years and years and years, but then there's this other person, and you're just like, you can't get them off your mind. Like, a part of me thinks that either that's lust, or maybe that's the other thing that I was talking about, like, you're in love with them, like, no one else compares, like, you know? Love means, I think it means a lot of things. I think it means the little things, doing all the little things, putting in your effort every day. I teach at a pre-K, and we did What is Love, wrote it on a piece of paper. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that on a piece of paper, I was like, baby, don't hurt me. No, sorry. And the last one on the list really struck me, because it was a 3-year-old saying this, and it said, to listen to someone. You know, the question at the top, what is love, and then to listen. And I think that that's definitely a big component of it, because it's utmost respect, it's listening, it's doing the little things, it's trust, there are a lot of things that kind of come with it, but it's unmistakable. It's unmistakable. It's the best and worst feeling in the world, depending on what side of it you're on, and, you know, whether or not you're receiving it back. And when it's reciprocated, it's definitely, like, the best thing ever. Like, nothing else matters. Like, money doesn't matter, where you're at doesn't matter. Like, all of a sudden, just, like, this world of optimism kind of opens up, and you feel like you really could do anything, because you have this person that you probably never thought that you could get. Like, it's just, here's this incredible person, and they want to be with me. You know, they want to, you know, hang out with me, and they want to spend their time with me, and that's incredibly special, because we don't have a whole lot of time on the planet. So spending time with someone, you know, putting your effort into them and investing in them, when you know what people are capable of and what they could do to you, that's love. Forgiving on all levels, that's love. Gosh, it's unconditional. Like, the kids at the pre-K, they point things out about you, and you want to be offended, but they're just kind of asking you questions. And it's like, they're not rejecting you on it, though. Like, they love you every day you come in the door, because they look up to you in one way or another. And I think that that's possible on a friendship basis, on a relationship basis. Like, you can admire someone and want to be either more like them, or they can inspire you to be more, and that's love, I think. Don't try your best, and you won't know at the time, but try your best to, I don't want to say fall in love with the wrong person, because that's going to happen a few times, and that's okay. That's totally okay. That's how you learn, and that's how you become a better you in many ways. It's a learning process, for sure. Do the little things when it comes to you. It's very much, it just kind of happens to you. Like, it's the best thing. when it's being reciprocated, it's just this incredibly wonderful thing. With no... I think it also kind of feels different to everybody, is the problem. Is why no one can be on the same page. So I'd say if you're on the same page, like, or if you're not on the same page, try and get on the same page. If you are on the same page, like, try and maintain it, but don't force it.